What's going on, guys? JayDYGO, and if you guys couldn't tell by the playmat, we're back with an updated Blackwing deck profile. I know it's been a few months since I've actually done a video for Blackwings, but we are back with it. My beautiful fiance got me this amazing playmat for Christmas, and I've been just dying to make an updated deck profile for you guys, so let's just jump on in. So starting off the deck profile, of course we're playing 3 Simoon the Poison Wind. This card is incredible. Literally, it gets your full board. Of course you want Simoon and another Blackwing. You primarily want Zephyros to pitch, but I mean, any Blackwing will work. But yeah, Simoon is just a great card. It does lock you in the darks in the extra deck, but we only play darks, so it doesn't matter. Next up, of course, we're playing 3 Bore the Spear. Bore the Spear is the best extender of the deck, as it's a level 4 extender, which is what the deck primarily wants. And the fact that it's not once per turn the special summon. If you clog up your hand and you have to go special Bora early and you have Zephyros in grave, you can use Zephyros effect to bounce Bora back, get your Zephyros on field, and then just special Bora again. Next, we're playing 3 Gale the Whirlwind. Gale is, of course, another great extender because it's also not once per turn. And the fact that you can literally half face-up monsters attack and defense, super great, and helps a lot out in games. And it's a tuner as well, so I actually do run a decent amount of level 7s in this deck. So if it comes to a game state where I need to use the 7s, yeah, it's having this and Bora literally can help save the game. After that, I'm playing 3 Chris the Crack of Dawn. So Chris is a really good extender as well, except it's only a hard once per turn. So unlike Bora, you can only do it once, but it is great for extending, and I was playing 2 for quite a while, but I think after my last one I started playing 3 just because the deck requires more level 4s. Next up, I'm playing 2 Zephyros the Elite. I am playing 2 Zephyros, not 3 or 1, because I want to at least open with Zephyros. I don't want to clog my hand with them, so I don't want to have too many. I want to see more of my extenders than anything, but at least I want to see them once, because literally Simoon and Zephyros is full combo. Like, you make the most insane board. Next up, I'm playing 2 Oster the Southwind. So Oster is part of the combo line after you use Simoon's effect to grab you your Black Whirlwind. So Oster will revive your banished Blackwing, get it to the board, and you go into Full Armor Master and you have your extender. So usually you want that banished one to be a level 4 at least, so you can extend and keep going. But of course, pretty much any 2 Darkwing Beasts will help get you the Ystrix and continue the combo. But Oster cannot be special summoned, by the way. A lot of folks were thinking I special summoned it for some reason, but then you can't activate Black Whirlwind because it only works on normal summons. And then we always got to bring it back, so I'm able to normal summon twice because Simoon's effect, let me grab it real quick. Simoon's effects let me activate its effects so I can then place Black Whirlwind and then normal summon itself. Then I can normal summon Oster with as my actual normal summon. So a lot of folks still get confused about that, I get it, but it's always that effect. So Simoon's effect lets you normal, and then Oster is your actual normal, if that makes some sense. Next up is probably one of my most favorite Blackwings. I play 2 Harmington the Dust. I love the fact that you can special summon it, and then you can target a level 4, it can become a level 6, and you can just make Full Armor Master of it and Oster if you want. Or if it's in Graveyard, Blizzard can revive it, and you can just use Blizzard and Harmington and make number 65, have a monster negate. So I think it's pretty versatile, special summon, and then has pretty good versatility for Synchros and Xyzs. Next up, I'm playing 1 Orochi the Squall. I haven't used this card actually a lot. I usually just grab it off Black Whirlwind as an extender. I haven't used the effect in quite a while about sending it to Graveyard to Synchro material and then changing the a target's battle position on field. I haven't done that in quite a bit, but you know, it comes up, I guess. I just haven't done it. And for the last Blackwing monster I'm playing 1 Blizzard the Far North. It's a pretty situational card, but like I had mentioned, it revives Harmington. You can make number 65. It can revive a level 4 or lower Blackwing monster in my graveyard and face up defense, and you can kind of keep extending from there. It's pretty situational, like I had said, but still, I'd rather have it than not. So I'm not running Kalut in the main deck this time around. I actually have it in the side deck because I'm going to side as a very non-combo variant. That way, when people put in the Birus, they're not going to be able to do anything with it because I'm not going to go past 5. I'll just end with Full Armor Master and some back row, like my very old build. So that's it for all the Blackwing monsters. After that, I'm playing 1 Ancient Cloak, 1 Silent Boots, 1 Raider's Wing, and 1 Singing Lanius. So all of these have utility to extend the combo, so pretty much after you make Bardiche, you send Cloak, and then you set Brigandine, and then you add Boots to extend. Or if your hand's really good and you open with Raider's Wing, of course that's an extender, you can take it off 4 Strix and then kind of keep going for level 4s, and there's extra bodies. Pretty much, yeah, these 2 level 4s are great. This is only good if I'm able to grab it off 4 Strix, so it's kind of a Garnet, but if I open it at the same time, if I can still make 4 Strix or Time Thief Redoer at least, it's gonna work out. Then I'm playing 3 Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed just because I can chain block it when I summon out Ystrix, so I can get a ton of level 4s out in the field. I know it says 8, but of course you guys know Exceed's effect, it becomes level 4 on field. So Ystrix, and then you would chain Exceed, it would come out, you get Zephyros, you get another Exceed, you kind of just fill the board up very quickly. For the very last monster, I'm playing 1 Claw Crow, just a good extender. It's also level 2, so if I can get Harmattan and it out, I can make number 65 as well. So that's it for all the monsters. I'm not running hand traps in this build, for the main deck at least. I'm just not in a part where I need hand traps, to be honest, because if they interrupt something, I've always been able to just keep going. For the most part, if it's their turn, it's really hard for them to break my board, as I end up with Full Armor Master and Ultimate Falcon. I usually have a Fog Blade set, and the other stuff, like I'll go into Unicorn, spin something back, Time to Redo will bounce something back, British will pop something, so it means a lot of interruptions for them to kind of keep going through. So no hand traps this time around, and yeah, let's move on to the spells. For the spells, I'm playing 3 Black Whirlwind. Of course, you want to get this on board as fast as possible and then get your normal summons and start adding your Blackwings from deck to keep extending. I always want to open this and Simoon and another Blackwing. That way I can activate this Whirlwind, Simoon gets another Whirlwind, and then I start grabbing 2 Blackwings off the normal summons. Next up, I'm playing 3 Allure Darkness. Free cards because all your monsters dark except Parallel Exceed, of course. And then I'm playing 3 Wing Requital. So I've gotten this tech because, you know, all the monsters you usually put on board are Wing Beasts for, you know, until you get to the Bardiche line. But yeah, I mean, free 2 cards works out, but I've been thinking about cutting it as well. I want to put Ash Blossom back in or Cosmic Cyclone, mainly because there's been a lot more back row. But it's you guys' choice. This has been working out for me, so I'm going to keep it as of right now. But if I would ever change anything, I would change this around for Ash or a Cosmic Cyclone. And my very last spell is the Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. This is when you banish 6 monsters from the grave to spit out your Ultimate Falcon on your opponent's turn. It does lock in XZs, just making sure you guys always do this kind of towards the end if you're not going to special summon anything else. Usually you're not, usually you're just going to IP into Unicorn, and that should be your last special summon for the most part. And then you can always get that free pop with this, and then they have to face down an Ultimate Falcon on top of Full Armor Master. So that's it for the spells, and let me get you to the 2 traps. Last 2 traps is literally just Shade Brigandine and Fog Blade. So Shade Brigandine, of course, you set with Bardiche, Fog Blade you grab off of Boots, and pretty simple. Of course, if you open with these, that's fine too, because you can just, of either or really, like if you open with Shade Brigandine, you can just use it as an extender, and if you open Fog Blade, just set it. So pretty super easy. That's it for the main deck. Let's go ahead and move on to the extra deck. So moving on to the extra deck, of course I'm playing 2 Blackwing Full Armor Master. Of course this card is the boss monster for the deck. Unaffected by other card effects, each time your opponent monster activates an effect, you place a wedge counter on it, and then on your turn you can steal that monster permanently. And then during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field that have a wedge counter. So for the most part, if you can't steal of Armor Master, you can always use Austere Engrave, banish it. It places wedge counters on all your opponent's monsters, and then during the end phase, you can just destroy all of them. So it's been pretty nice with that. This card is really hard for people to climb over for the most part, unless they make access code, or if you're not doing your interruptions correctly to stop them from getting over this. Biggest threats to this are anything 3k and they'll clash with it, or access code, Boral Sword, stuff like that. But of course you have the interruptions to stop them along the way, so hopefully they don't get to that point. Next up I'm playing 1 Rhykyuri the Rain Shower. I've actually thrown this back into the deck. I've been making a lot of 7s, or situations where I wish I had a 7, another 7 synchro so I can just blow up back row and stuff like that. So welcome back, and of course I got in an ulti. I got it after I did my Road to Mastery series, so that was my little treat. Next up I'm playing 1 Chidori the Rain Sprinkling. This card becomes gigantic of all the Blackwings you have in your graveyard. It gains 300 attack for each one. So pretty much make this towards the end and you can pretty much get a random OTK. They won't expect that. Next up for the last synchro in the deck, I'm playing 1 Black Rose Dragon. Of course I am going to flex my Starlight. Thank you Trevor again for making that trade. But yeah, Black Rose Dragon, just kind of out of nowhere, they won't expect it. It's a level 7, super easy to make, blows up the whole board, and you just keep doing what you want to do. So that's it for all the synchros in the deck. Moving on to the links, I'm playing 1 Boral Sword Dragon. You can play access code if you want, I just had Boral Sword Dragon on hand. I'm playing 1 Rusty Bardiche. Of course you make this with Singin' Lanius and Ystrix, and then you kind of keep climbing. It gets your Shade Brigandine or Fog Blade, whatever you need to set. Of course, the Ystrix itself, you make this after you make Full Armor Master, and then you kind of just keep extending and go from there. Then I'm playing 1 Nightmare Unicorn, of course, to get that spin, and the IP to get that 2 Unicorn on my opponent's turn. So that's it for the links. For the XZs, I'm playing 1 Ultimate Falcon, 1 Forstrix, 1 Time Thief Redoer, and then 1 number 65 Gen Buster. So Gen Buster is what I was talking about earlier. It's a monster in the gate, and you can just detach 2 materials. Usually I make it with Claw Crow and then Harmattan, or Blizzard and Harmattan. You know, just 2 level 2s, make it super easy. Ultimate Falcon, I'll make my opponent's turn after using the rank up force, banishing 6 dark monsters, and then I can just get this on field, and it'll pop Bardiche. And then Time Thief Redoer, I've been making with Shade Brigandine, and it's usually either Zephyros, Parallel Exceed, or Raider's Wing that it ends up as the actual 2 monsters to make it. But yeah, so you get the trap card bounce, and then Reviewer will steal from your opponent on standby. Alright, so that's it for the deck profile. Let's get to the combos. Before we start the combo part of the video, if you guys haven't already done it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. And actually, thank you guys so much for 700 subscribers. I greatly appreciate your support, even though I've been on hiatus every once in a while, pretty much not posting or really being active as much, but I really support you guys sticking around. I got a lot of support on my DDD deck profile a few weeks ago, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking around and enjoying my content. But anyway, yeah, let's jump into the combo. So for the combo, we're going to start off our 2-card starter. We just need Simoon and then Zephyros. Pretty much any Blackwing will work, but Zephyros is the best one. So we're going to use Simoon's effect, we're going to banish our Zephyros, and then activate Black Whirlwind. We're going to then normal summon Simoon, and then Whirlwind effect to add. We're going to add ourselves Oster. So from here, don't forget, Simoon's effect to normal summon and activate Whirlwind was his effect. So now we're going to actually normal summon with Oster. So our actual normal summon will chainlink 1 Whirlwind and then chainlink 2 Oster. That way we'll block the Whirlwind and then it can't be ashed. So we'll revive our Zephyros, and then we'll add Harmattan. I always like adding Harmattan here instead of Orochi, mainly because I run 2 Harmattan, so if I ever actually did need Orochi in the long run, I have one ready in the deck. So Harmattan in hand, we'll go ahead and Synchro 10 for full Armor Master, that way if your opponent decides to Nibiru you or anything, we just have it ready. Oh, and why Omega's in here, I realized my extra deck was 14 cards. Omega's is in here to make it 15. You can randomly make Omega. I run Sci-Fame Grammas in the side, so that's why it's in here. So we'll make full Armor Master. Then we'll special summon Harmattan the Dust, and we'll link 2. We'll go ahead and make Y-Strix, and Y-Strix on summon will special from deck. So when you have extenders in hand, you can pretty much get any level 4 you want. Usually it's going to be Zephyros, sometimes it could be Bora. But for the most part, your main targets are Raider's Wing and Zephyros. Don't special summon Singing Lanius though, because you're going to add it, so that would defeat the purpose of Singing Lanius. And then here we'll activate Zephyros effect in grave. We will bounce back our Black Whirlwind to hand, and then we'll special summon Zephyros. Don't forget this, the Black Whirlwind you activate off Simoon's effect will go to graveyard and you'll take 1000 damage if it stays on board. So you need to get it off the field somehow. Usually I use it with Zephyros effect. We'll go ahead and overlay here, and we'll make 4 Strix. And here we'll detach from 4 Strix the Raider's Wing to add you Singing Lanius. And then Y-Strix is mandatory effect, so make sure you activate it. Even if you don't have the rank up spell, you have to activate it. We're gonna go ahead and then set our rank up Magic Phantom Knight's Force spell. I butchered that name to hell, but there we are. And I'll keep it face up just so you know what we have on the field. Here we'll special summon Singing Lanius, and we'll go into our link 3. So of course that's going to be Rusty Bardiche. And then from here, Rusty's going to send to graveyard Silent Boots. So you're not going to send Ancient Cloak in this combo line, mainly because if you send Boots now and set Brigandine, you can then banish Boots and add you Fogblade. So we'll banish Boots, and then we'll set the Brigandine here. And then I'll keep that face up because I'm about to use it. Go ahead and activate Shade Brigandine. I'll put in defense. And then you'll use Raider's Wing effect in grave. You'll detach from 4 Strix to Zephyros, and then special summon back Raider's Wing. And then go ahead and overlay, and you got yourself a Time Thief Redoer. Banish your Boots in grave, and then you get Fogblade. Oh, there we go. So with just 2 cards, you end with a Full Armor Master, a 4 Strix, which you're going to banish your engrave. You got 6 Dark Monsters, so that's perfect. You would just banish these, and then you have Ultimate Falcon on your opponent's turn. And then Time Thief Reader will steal 1 in standby from your opponent, and then we'll be able to bounce a card. And hopefully you have a spell so you get to draw a card too. And then Rusty Bardiche, once you make Ultimate Falcon, will be able to pop a card. Don't forget, this card also does lock in XYZ monsters, but you're not really going to special summon until you have IP Masquerena, so I wouldn't worry too much about this. And then of course Fogblade as well, so another monster negate on field. But yeah, with just 2 cards, you get a really awesome board like this. But yeah, that's a 2-card combo with Simoon and Zephyros, makes a really awesome board like this. But let's go ahead and do some test hands, see what we can work with, and show what the deck can really do. Okay, so we got our opening hand here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we got Wing Requital, okay. Zephyros, alright. Okay, perfect 2-card combo, and then we can draw some. Ooh, we opened Exceed 2, and oh my god. Okay, so this is pretty much like This is literally the god hand you want. So we have 2-card combo. We have another whirlwind, so we'll actually get to add 2. Ring of Quiddle will let us draw 2 more cards, and then Exceed pretty much covers our level 4 stuff with Y-Strix and everything. So we would activate Whirlwind first. We would Simoon effect, banish the Zephyros. Then we'll activate Whirlwind. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I shuffle this time for this. Then normal summon Simoon. Then we'll Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. We'll add 2 this time. So we'll be able to add Oster. And then I actually like to add Gale with Simoon. That way I have another extender in case everything does go wrong. But I mean that hand is amazing. Holy crap. Alright, so we'll normal summon Oster. We'll Chain Link 1 Whirlwind, Chain Link 2 Whirlwind, Chain Link 3 Oster. Oster will revive Zephyros, and then we'll be able to add 2 of the Whirlwinds. We'll be adding Harmatan the Dust, and then we'll be able to add Orochi the Squall. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's the absolute most perfect hand I've ever have seen. Alright, so we'll go Synchro 10, we will make Full Armor Master. And then from here we can special summon Orochi. So pretty much we really could have just used Ring of Quiddle before we specialed it, but doesn't really matter. Go ahead and activate Ring of Quiddle, and we'll take 1,000. Or sorry, we'll take 600, not 1,000. Take 600, draw 2. I'll cut. All right, so we got Bora. Oh my gosh, and another Zephyros. Okay, that's not the best, but still, seriously, we have 5 cards still. Go to grave. We'll go ahead and link. Make your Y-Strix. Chain Link 1 Y-Strix, Chain Link 2 Parallel Exceed in hand. Oh my gosh, this is busted. Yes, so Parallel Exceed, and then Y-Strix will summon out the Raider's Wing. Summon there. Parallel Exceed will summon out a second Exceed. Oh my gosh, this hand, Jesus. Alright. So from here, you actually want to overlay Parallel Exceed and Raider's Wing. That way we can actually get this into the graveyard. But we'll go ahead and we'll make 4 Strix here, 4 Strix effect. We'll detach the Raider's Wing, send it to the grave, and then we'll add Singing Lanius. And then of course Y-Strix effect. My gosh, man, why can't I get this luck actually when I'm actually playing it? Alright, from here we will special summon Singing Lanius. Still got 4 cards in hand. Link 3. Go into Rusty Bardiche. We'll make it here this time. Alright, so there's just a lot going on, so we pretty much have pretty much the board we want. I guess technically you can still run Vert like I did in the last deck profile for this, but at the same time I'm not really wanting to do Vert as much since I would just end with DPE, and then, well, I guess DPE wouldn't be too bad, but at the same time I'm never going to have a hand where it's empty to use Celestial's effect. But anyway, sorry, back to the combo. So we just did that with Rank of Magic Force. Alright, so Bardiche effect, we will be able to send Cloak this time. Cloak, and then we'll be able to set Brigandine. Let me get my hand out of here. Put it up here. We'll be able to set Brigandine. Then you can banish Cloak to add you Boots. Okay, I mean, we still got 5 cards, guys, seriously. Okay, so probably in this point, it would be best to special summon Boots now. Boots, and then Parallel Exceed. You can then make your IP Masquerena. You can then banish Boots. Add your Fogblade, there we go, okay. Well, Zephyros last. We will go Raider's Wing, detach from Parallel Exceed, special Brigandine. So mainly I'm doing this because I don't want the Raider's Wing to be banished by its effect. So we'll go ahead and make Time Thief Redoer now, and then we can Zephyros effect. Bounce back the Whirlwind, get Zephyros. You can put in defense, that might be better to be honest. Yeah, put that in defense, got a full board, and then we have 6 cards in hand right now. We'd be able to set the Fogblade, and we have to rank up Magic, and then we have tons of cards that we want to discard for IP. We'd pass to our opponent wants to do something, let's see, well, let's say they normal summon. We'll IP now, get this and Zephyros to grave. We will make the Unicorn. Temp Unicorn spin, we will pitch we can pitch the Zephyros now. I want to keep Whirlwind just in case we do have to normal summon, but it's just kind of for fun now. Pretty much anything is pretty fine to discard. From there, we are gonna see what they want to do. Let's say they activate, I don't know, tanky or something, I don't know. So yeah, redo would also steal and standby, redo or effect, we'd banish it, send these two to grave. Okay, cool, we have some more interruptions. We can fog blade something as well, and like, okay, they set one back row. We'll rank up magic. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's say 6. Pretty much doesn't really matter. I like keeping Auster though, that way I can banish it and put wedge counters on all my opponent's monsters, and we can use its effect on my turn. But then we'll be able to rank up into Ultimate Falcon and use Bardiche effect. We'll be able to pop something. And then during the end phase, Ultimate Falcon would then also make their monsters lose 1,000 attack, or if they don't, they just take 1,000 damage. But yeah, back to our turn, we draw. Oh, let me send this to grave. But I mean, seriously, like, amazing ass hand. You can even use Ultimate Falcon's effect. They can no longer activate effects the rest of this turn. We can do whatever we want. And yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, that hand was nuts. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that test hand, and I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll see ya.